Well, welcome back. Well, it is the season of frights and horror, Halloween tomorrow night. Now, there are numerous haunted houses attracting pre-Halloween crowds. One of the more interesting and unique haunted houses is the Franklin Square Horror. For over 20 years, Joseph Allocco has been scaring up some spooky fun inside his own home. Admission, free of charge. And with the help of some of his neighbors who act out scenes from your worst nightmare, well, these folks are also showing a lot of heart for a good cause. And just what is that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. Joining us now is the man behind the Franklin Square Horror, guy who's always smiling, though, Joseph Allocco, and welcome to the show, Joe.
Hi, Rich.
So what's the good cause?
Good cause is autism and cerebral palsy. My son Joseph is afflicted with both of those. And I see a lot of the good that these different doctors do and organizations do for my son. So I figured my love for Halloween, maybe I could help give back.
Yeah, I met your son a couple of times. He's a wonderful, 18 now?
18 now, yeah.
18, and you know, he loves this haunted house, I think, almost as much as you do.
Yeah, he actually helps me design it, too. He gets involved with it. He helps me out a lot.
Yeah, we have some video of your preparations. We just shot this a little while ago. And this is, you know, obviously not Halloween night. You saw a Halloween night in our previous video. Yes. But these are some of the exhibits that are going to be there. So tell us about what's new for this year.
Okay, well, this year is going to be a haunted funeral home. You know, every year I try to do something different. I had Leatherface's Lair. You know, he's the character with the chainsaw from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
My goodness, look at that. Was frightening.
Yeah, I have a lot of new props.
What is that like? What kind of an exhibit is that it can change like that?
That's actually a DVD, and it's a television. That's a flat screen turned sideways to look like a portrait.
Now, this I know I would run the other way if I'm walking through this.
That's our morgue.
Dark. Oh, and here's another example of it's a DVD?
It's actually a DVD. Atmosphere Effects makes it.
So I believe this is going to turn into, I think, a skeleton?
Yes.
When I looked at it.
we have this type of effect. I also have a projection that's going to be up on my roof.
A black cat, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We actually have 3 black cats.
Oh, my God.
One of them actually came around on Halloween night.
You can't have enough. Now, what were you saying about the projection?
Well, I actually do similar to what Disneyland does, Disney World. It's the Haunted Mansion effect. It's called a Pepper's Ghost effect. And what it is it's a projection of a projector you take, and you actually project it up onto Bridal Veil. It's a rear projection effect. So when you're standing in front of it, it looks like you could see through it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
now, your wife's Linda?
Linda.
Lynn, what does she think of what you've done to her house here?
She has something to say about it every year, but she's a good spirit about it.
She jumps right into it as well.
Oh, no, she gets involved. Yeah, she dresses up and everything. She does get involved.
And I love the actors. Tell me about the people, where you found them and what they do.
The actors are actually my neighbors and my family. You know, my neighbor Wayne, Tito, Liz, Kim, they get involved every year. My aunts, my uncles, my mom and dad.
Oh,
everybody
really
gets
into
involved. Oh, yeah, no, everybody. They're all volunteers. They know it's for a good cause, and they always donate their time on Halloween for us.
Yeah, you know, one of them came up from behind me and gave me quite the scare. I think it was Tito?
Tito, yeah.
And he dresses the full horror look.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I could tell they're just loving it.
They love it. They put the contact lenses in, and the appliances, the makeup that they put on, they spend hours on it.
Yeah, they do. It's like a Broadway show almost, the way they prepare for it. And then, of course, you love to get the chainsaw out.
Yeah, I've been doing that since the beginning. This is 20 years now, so I mean, I'm getting up there in age too, but you know, it's getting to be a little bit much. But I'm going to continue as long as I can. I mean, the people come, they love it. It's a tradition for so many families. And when I first started this, I used to answer my door with an electric chainsaw.
I remember.
Yeah, and then I upgraded to a gas-powered one and chased the kids up the block. They love it.
Yeah, they like to be scared.
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter wants to go, but then as soon as she gets there, she runs the other way. with her, or she will go through, but she'll put her hands over her eyes.
Her face. That's okay. We'll give her a personal tour.
Oh, you can't blame them looking at that. And then you have all these creepy things that just hang from the walls and the ceiling that you bump into, and then you run into
parts and spiders and bats. We've got everything.
So you don't charge. How do you pay for all this stuff?
Well, I'm in my own business, Joe Faux Designs. I do decorative painting, and I do pretty well with my own business. So Again, it's a platform for me to also showcase some of the art that I do.
So, and I know you've won some awards for this. I've seen the Best of Long Island Awards a couple of times.
Yeah, we were actually chosen as one of the 31 scariest home haunts in the country by fearnet.com.
Yeah, I saw they did a whole profile on you.
Yes.
And, you know, where do you get this stuff? I mean, because you told me that the day after Halloween you start on the next year.
Yeah,
where do you look for it? Where do you find this stuff?
Well, I have a friend of mine that actually works for the Today Show. And when they're getting rid of stuff, they actually donate it to us.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, so I get a lot of that stuff from them, the materials, a coffin. We have a real coffin.
A real coffin.
Yeah, some of the stuff was used on Saturday Night
Have you ever
Live.
laid in it?
Yeah, actually I have.
See, I knew you did.
I did in the beginning. You know, I did in the beginning. My wife has, all my neighbors have, you know, that it was a part that they had to play. So.
I don't even want to think about it.
But I buy a lot of it too, you know, and I tend to change a lot of, repaint it up, and I make it my own.
So now you mentioned, you know, autism and cerebral palsy, I believe, right?
Yes.
How much have you raised through the years? Because I believe this is, what, your 21st?
This is the 20th year.
20th year.
Yeah, it's thousands. We've raised thousands. I mean, Long Island is a given, so I try to keep it on Long Island. I give to Camp Anchor in Lido Beach. I give to United Cerebral Palsy in Roosevelt. And then I give to CDD in Woodbury. That's my son's school that he goes to.
Well, I think that's wonderful. And, you know, like I said, a frightfully good time with a good cause. Have you always been a Halloween fanatic?
Always, always.
Explain where that came from.
That comes actually from my family.
Yeah.
We always had Halloween parties. I was always into creature features growing up.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon, I always watched those, you know.
Those were great.
And my dad, you know, he was Motorola. He was an art director for Motorola. He had a lot of creative people under him.
So you were surrounded by this stuff.
Yeah, and they were all into it.
Yeah.
So every Halloween.
All these media connections. Okay, so tell us about, you know, when do we show up tomorrow night, Halloween night?
Come around 6 o'clock, 6 to 10 it's going to go, being that it's a school night. I mean, normally I do it 7 to 11, but because it's a school night and Halloween falls on Monday, we're going to do 6 to 10.
Well, there you go. So thinking of the kids still. The Franklin Square Horror. Check it out. Halloween night, free of charge. Joseph Allocco will not look like this. And watch out for the chainsaw.
That's right. That'll be me.
All right. We can all help a good cause. We appreciate it. Joseph Allocco, thanks for the Fright Night preview. And, oh, by the way, boo.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.